Yo, welcome to the Watchers Podcast. WATCHER, hard ER-Z. Episode 43.
Episodio
43.
Bang.
We hit 43 and haven't been canceled yet.
Welcome, folks.
That's a good thing.
It's just three of us here today, three the hard way. So, let's get into it. To my left,
Tavon. I was a little loud. Tavon. Tri-State _ tip on Instagram.
to my right,
Smitty Green Giant on Instagram.
and I'm your host today, Tiger Helly 19 on the Snapchats, IGZs, and on the Facebook by way of the government, Jason Williams. Follow the stripes. So,
How was y'all week?
I knew that was coming.
I like saying that.
No, I know, yeah.
How was everybody's week?
It was good. Good. Can't complain.
I dig it.
I had to work, so
Yeah, same here too.
it was hot.
Has been hot.
Hot all week.
I know my shadow was sweating all week. Man.
It was in a heat wave.
I know. But
Had to cancel some plans that I had. Just was trying to go down to the state fair.
yeah, got the thunderstorm.
Didn't make it. It was storming and it was hot. So,
So that thing came down too, though, man.
yeah, it was coming
I
down
was-
out here, too.
I saw the clouds get black. I was like, maybe not. Jump on in it is with the little guy.
Yeah. So, what you guys want to start with today? Sports?
Yeah.
Sports?
Let's
we
go
going-
with sports.
sports.
It's the biggest.
You want to go straight to the
Yeah.
the events of last night?
Yeah.
The one-sided ass beating that Terrence Crawford delivered on Mr. Errol Spence Jr.
All right, so the big fight last night, Mr. Errol Spence Jr. versus, what's his first name again?
Terrence.
Terrence.
Bud
They call him
Crawford.
Terrence Bud Crawford. Yo, he kind of reminds me of Bud from Cosby, too. When I was watching it, I was wondering, is that where he got the nickname? I was like, Bud from Cosby.
I don't
but
know.
yeah.
Anybody with the nickname Bud is going to beat your ass, man. And I sat here on this show for like how many weeks?
Well, we're going to, because I didn't watch it, so you.
I watched. I was spamming it on my phone yesterday, and I will say this: I thought the fight was going to be a little bit more competitive than what it was. Last night was just a one-sided ass beating. Man. He knocked him down 3 times. And
Yeah. So Julian did call it. I remember writing a message saying after that little press conference where he was cursing out everybody, I was like, I think I might have to switch my pick after this because the way he was talking just seemed like, yeah, he about to walk down on people. My takeaway from the fight, I don't know. I got to go look at their history. I don't pay attention when people fight and actually like read the weights that they weigh in at. Earl Spence looked like a little boy
fighting a grown-ass man.
fighting a grown man. That's what it looked like to me. The strength was not there behind his hits versus when Crawford hit him. He was getting sent around. Something wasn't right. Either the weight cut. I don't know what it is. They were talking about meeting at a different weight next time in the rematch, 154.
I think that would be it.
They were at 147, I think, this match.
I think it'd be crazy. I think it'd be even worse if they go up 154. Because, I mean, Crawford already hits hard.
He hit hard.
Now.
He hit hard.
I mean, it's evident last night. Man.
Yeah.
He may put that boy to sleep in the first round.
And I don't know what much a rematch would do for him right at this moment, but something got to. If you're going to try to challenge him again, I don't know how much you get. How do you get that much power at this age in your life? I don't know.
And you figure he's 32 and Crawford's 35. So
He's 32. I thought he was younger than that. I thought he was 20s.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, yeah, you definitely can't. I mean, you get stronger, but
honestly,
I don't know how that equates to power or strength.
I don't know.
Punch strength.
But Spence to me ain't been right since that car accident though, and I just was looking at it and I was like, something's not
his
right.
defense wasn't there. He kept getting tagged on counter punches.
And
It was ugly. It was ugly.
Bud was jabbing that boy to death.
Yeah.
And he
But
paid
even
for
the
it.
jabs looked like they were hurting more than everything Spence threw at.
I kind of saw that. I just seen it coming. I was just like, all right, I'm gonna wait for a couple people because I was getting chastised all week.
Yeah, Corey sounded confident. He made me believe in Spence. But I knew once I saw that damn Showtime and he was just ended up going to the Cowboys Stadium because that's his favorite. I was like, oh shit.
Bud came in camp in fight shape, so that was like let me further know he gonna kick this man ass tonight.
I'm never rocking with somebody who's a Cowboys fan again. I can't. I'm glad I ain't putting no money on it.
I know a lot of people who did, and they some pissed off people right now.
Yeah,
I felt like I feel like a lot of people had Spence as a favorite.
And
I feel like a lot,
like
more
Spence
people. I feel like
underdog.
I think Spence was the underdog on the card, but I think a lot of people thought early on if the match was going to be over, it was because Spence put it on him, and if it went the distance, more than likely it was going to be Crawford. But I don't think anybody really expected
a decimation like that.
Yeah, he was really ineffective outside of that first round. He put pressure on him, but outside of that first round, once I felt like Crawford felt him hit him and was like, damn, that's all you could hit me with. He started letting off.
He laid off.
He kind of like stopped worrying about blocking. He was just going for the counter punches and the jab, and I was like, it's all right.
Their styles make this fight because they're not guys that's going to back up. They're going to
and to his credit, he never really backed away. He kept going forward, but his heads kept getting tagged every time. Everything he did,
I was surprised he did that.
Duke.
I was like, ooh, this is not going to be good, man. When he knocked him down the first time, I was like, oh, this is ugly.
And the first time, the jab.
The second shot I thought was like, he's in some bigger shit. And then the third knockdown, I'm like, ooh, here we go. But I think the ref made the right call though, because Bud was ready to finish that.
It was over by then anyway.
Yeah, so dropped him at the top before they ended it. It was 3 knockdowns by the 9th round. 2 in 1 round, I believe.
Yeah, that was the 7th.
Yeah, so
I watched it on YouTube this morning, so I didn't. I already know who won. I said, let me just watch the fight, see who posted up on YouTube, watch the whole fight. I think Spence won round 1, and that was it.
And then Bud
that was it. Like
laid in on him.
See, my thing with boxing, I equate boxing. It reminds me of chess. Now, when you start a chess match, it's one of two things, at least when I play chess. It's one of two things. I'm either going to try to establish what my game plan is immediately, or I'm going to try to adjust to whatever my opponent's game plan is, and then try to jimmy my game plan into there. What it looked like last night, when I feel like boxing's the same way. Like, you have a game plan, obviously, how you're going to go in the fight, but you still have to account for how your opponent's going to fight.
Right.
So sometimes you can't fight the way you want to fight according to how your opponent's fighting, so you have to
need
adjust.
To make adjustments.
Yep. What I saw last night, and then when you meet in the middle, is when you're fighting the way you want to fight at the same time, forcing your opponent to fight a certain way. That's exactly what Crawford did last night. Like I think that first round was just to feel him out, and I feel like that's why Spence won that first round. His jabs, and he won. I feel like he won that first round, but then after that, Crawford was able to impose his game plan.
I think after Crawford took a strong shot from Spence, he was like,
"Okay,
I'm all right."
Yeah.
And now it's time to go ahead and put this boy in the blender.
I mean, he was beating him to the jab.
Everything.
He literally won.
He fought the perfect fight.
Spence would go in, throw a punch, duck his head down, and then he would wait for him to throw the punch, duck his head down.
Yo, that's what he wanted. He wanted straight on jabs and counter punches. Like, it was, and he was hitting with the counter punches too.
Knocking his head off. And it was hard punches. It wasn't no like taps. It was moving his head around.
He was swinging with the intent to really do some bodily harm.
And honestly, I didn't think he really tried to.
He didn't tee off on him. It was all. He
wasn't like tee off on him. That's the thing. He was hitting him with stiff
up. It was just some jabs.
Yeah, he was hitting
counter punches.
And then by the time you looked at his face in the 7th round, it was.
He looked like Martin from when Tommy Hearns hit him.
It wasn't really until the 9th round when he started getting a little loose, but it wasn't like he was trying to.
But Bud's known once he's got you on the ropes, he's gonna finish it. But I was surprised that he didn't Well, I mean, the refs jumped in on it before he was great. Unleashed Ragnarok on him.
And I feel like he wasn't even going to his body as much. He was
he
waited. Sock him robots on his head.
I don't know if it's something with cutting or what, but the boy ain't look like he really belonged there at that moment. Even when his movements, I'm like, yo, he hitting you almost with the same stuff over and over. With you throwing a punch and you keep ducking your head down, he jab you.
It looked like Captain America.
Stop doing that. Stop doing it. Wait for him to punch at least. Don't just stand there and let him keep jabbing your head up. Yeah. And it
reminded me of Civil War.
He just looked a bit slow.
It was really reminding me of like when Iron Man was like seeing a punch coming and just laid in on him though, man. I was just like, wow. I personally thought it was going to be a lot more action than what it was. Just because it was action. It was action. It was one side action.
I think more people thought that Spence was going to be enough offensively to
fight Crawford,
and he's not. And if it's like this again, the only thing I can see is they try to go up and weight. And he has to get stronger. There's no way.
You can see it in his body compared to when they came in.
There was certain punches that was moving his body. Like going like that, he would get hit and his whole torso would turn.
I mean, he hit him.
Like what?
I think the second knockdown, I thought he was going to be out cold because I mean he caught him flush right behind the ear, man, and he dropped. I was like, oh, this is.
So I wouldn't even go for a rematch for real. I don't see how. I got to look at their past fights. I got to see what they've been weighing in at. For some reason, at least to that fight. I know it was at 147, and I know Crawford. See, that's the thing, man. Wrestling. I did not know Crawford had a wrestling background.
Yeah,
wrestling gives you a superhuman strength. Growing up as a wrestler,
wrestlers are different.
You build strength that normal people don't have. Like it's that because for one, wrestling. You don't play wrestling unless you're doing WWE, but the Olympic style wrestling and match wrestling.
That's no joke.
You do that at like 90, 100%. Whereas if you train a martial art, you can't go 100% in training. Mm-hmm. You'll kill somebody, you hurt yourself, you hurt somebody else. Mm-hmm. So when you train that stuff, you dial it back. Mm-hmm. Wrestling, they're strong, you're strong, y'all training like that every day. And you do that over years. And with the powerlifting and all the stuff that they incorporate in their trainings, those people who develop wrestler bodies are stronger than most humans.
Core strength is ridiculous.
It's crazy.
I mean, you can tell. I mean, just the way how Crawford was looking. I mean, at the weigh-in and everything, I was just like, oh, he gonna beat this boy ass.
I also think a big part of it too. Spence had never been knocked down. That's his first time hitting the mat. And I feel like that takes a psychological toll on you.
Yeah, he got knocked down.
And it's but that first one is the one that's going to hit you the worst because it's like, damn, I ain't never touched the mat, the apron in my career, and it's like it'd been one thing had he been knocked down, like he's never lost before, but you can surely be knocked out in a fight still win it. Like if you get that first knockdown out of your system in a fight that you won, it's different than. Damn, you win a fight of this magnitude. Number one, it's a huge fight, high stakes, and this is where you take your first knockdown. So I think a lot of that was mental. Yep. And then it just got to the point. It was like, I think some fighters get a point where it's like, yo, I can't beat this guy.
And that was
I'm pretty sure somewhere between round 6 and 7.
And that was the case last night.
Hey, he kept moving forward, so I can't knock him. He kept.
Yeah, he didn't start backing up to the end of the fight.
Yeah, like that. He kept moving forward.
And then they were talking about it. They were like, this isn't his game backing up. He's going.
Yeah, but it looked ineffective.
I think even the announcers were like shocked that
his punches looked like they weren't doing nothing.
They weren't.
I was just like, I don't know what he could do right now. I don't know how do you adjust for somebody you can't hurt.
Like like at no point in the fight did Crawford look uncomfortable. There was no exchange.
I was waiting for like I think it came maybe in the 6th round. Where I was waiting for, hopefully Spence could land one like lucky, wild swing maybe just to put the momentum a little back in his favor, and he came with one. He came over,
and Spence was like, "Bow."
didn't even blink. He hit him and ain't even blink. He didn't even blink.
It's like a fight where you use your super move.
He didn't even blink. So now I'm like, oh damn.
He charged up.
I don't know what else you could do at this point, my friend. You just gotta take this.
It's like Dragon Ball Z. They done hit Vegeta with a super mega lightning beam. The smoke clear. Vegeta's shadow just start walking out of it. But yeah, he never looked uncomfortable the whole fight. Like not one time.
Yeah,
he looked cool as a cucumber. Even coming out of the
tunnel.
Out of well, we ain't gonna talk about him coming out of the tunnel. That's the only L that he was taking that night.
Why? Because
your boy escorted him.
Oh, so sorry. Before we get back on, since we're talking about a rapper right now, who was on my top 5 list? We watched last week's episode, and I want to make an addendum to what I was to my top 5 list. Number 5. I had a hard time thinking about, and I think I said Method Man, but I would like to retract that and put Nas there. Okay. I forgot at the moment we were talking about Nas, and I meant to put him in my top 5. And when I came around,
the top 5, like,
and then when it came around to it, it didn't happen. Yeah. I forgot to put him in my top 5, so that was my mistake.
That's clean.
But it happens.
Yeah,
we human.
But yeah, he came out to Eminem, and then Eminem didn't even perform the song.
He just wanted him to walk out.
Yeah, he was just the hype man. I was like, what was the point? You know,
he does come out to his
you could have stayed in Detroit. You could have stayed in Detroit if that's all you was gonna do. but the song there, look, you see, God don't even want me to say this sentence. The song they were playing, I actually do like "Lose Yourself." That's one of the few Eminem songs that I can sit and listen to. I actually like "Lose Yourself."
Right.
But yeah, I mean, Crawford looked flawless.
Where do we go from here?
He looked flawless.
I think that's the question.
He got all the belts now.
I mean, he's
the first man to.
Yep, he's literally going to dictate everything that's going on right now.
Well, that will work for him because I think his matches are going to be bigger money matches now.
And he's going to get exactly what he wants now.
Right. Because now it becomes a moment of where Mayweather was at when he was 30 and 0. And
right.
So Mayweather had the name. He was beat. He had Arturo Gotti and the other Zab Judah. What's the other Puerto Rican guy? But he had these
matches.
Was it on Cotto? Was it Go?
No, not Cotto. I keep forgetting the boy name. But either way, so as he gets his number up and stay undefeated, this becomes the part of the legend of, is this guy going to be considered, we were talking about go to rap, is he going to be considered a go to boxing? And so it's going to be a draw, just like it was a draw for Mayweather to see, is this the guy who's going to beat Mayweather? That's kind of why we were watching Mayweather fights. Is this the guy? Is Sugar Shane going to be the guy? Oh, he rocked him in the second round. We think Sugar Shane about no.
Like you were either a Mayweather fan,
or you were hated him,
or you were somebody there to see him lose.
And at some point, that's what's going to happen to Crawford. You're going to be waiting for somebody to come and beat him, and you're going to be that person that cheer against him, or you're going to be like, nah, this man the GOAT. This man the GOAT.
See, I thought Shane was going to do it, and I thought Zab.
See, everybody thought, and I thought Zab was my boy.
I thought
Zab was my boy. It was good. It was a good fight.
I think Floyd's closest fight, ironically, was I would say Oscar. I think De La Hoya.
It's been so long since I watched the fight. I got to rewatch it.
I think Oscar was one of the closest guys. I still wouldn't say he beat
Zab,
him.
I felt like
he just got in his own way.
Yeah.
To this day, I say had him and Manny fought in the prime. I'm saying Manny would have won. And
so this is part of the allure of these guys fighting now, because we don't have to worry about that like we did for Mayweather and Pacquiao. We are seeing a clear head and shoulder
who's a better man right now,
better boxer right now. And so now it's up to everybody in that division to either add on to his legend or take away from it. If you believe you that guy to beat him, or if you believe one of the guys to step down or go up, to throw that myth, right now, if he continues on this track, we're going to be talking about Mayweather, him,
and Bud Crawford, and
whoever else you got up in there in that list.
I don't know where he goes from here though. This is interesting because this was like the biggest fight of his career, and he just decimated this dude. I mean,
yeah, but look at the other. He fought the other boy, and that was supposed to be a mega fight, or not a mega fight, but what was the dude he beat like a year or two ago?
I forgot. I think I know you're talking about that. I'm trying to see.
I'm blanking the head, but either way, we'll see where he goes from there. I think it's going to come down to if anybody of worthy name is going to be in that pot to go against him, to give him that Gotti Mayweather fight, to give him that Zab Judah Mayweather fight, to give him that De La Hoya Mayweather fight. Shane, see, they had names, and these were like, marquee names we were associating the fighters, and so we got to see Mayweather against the marquee names that we kind of knew growing up, the De La Hoya, Zab Judah, because those people were like, oh, those are Hall of Fame boxers to me. And he making them look bad.
Yeah. I don't mean cut you off, but was you talking about Maidana?
Maidana and a black dude I thought Crawford beat not too long ago. Give me a second. I'll look up his last name.
Okay.
But either way, I don't know who he fights next, so I don't know. I'm assuming it's gonna be a rematch.
Yeah, he's saying December, but if I'm Bud Crawford, I'm coming to the table with I'm using
Sean Porter.
No, that's what it was.
Sean Porter.
But he's got a lot of leverage with him right now. I mean, a lot that's in his corner. So I'm glad that he's getting recognition, though, because a lot of people really didn't think he was going to do what he did. So I was sitting here saying, this may be.
Yeah. Well, shout out to both of them. I'm sure they got a good payday. They both brought out the Black Air Forces representing.
One word high tops, one word lows.
Who had the high tops?
I guess Spence did.
I gotta go look again.
I don't know, but
whoever had the high tops is doing our own fight.
The way Spence was fighting, his must have been knockoffs.
Yeah, PF Flyers on.
Yo, I like PF Flyers. A G used to wear PF Flyers.
Yo,
That's a classic. That's a classic.
I still wanted a pair to this day.
Kids, if you don't know what PF Flyers are, go ahead and just Google it.
Get me the Benny the Jet.
Sneakerhead, so,
Benny in the Jet.
So we got something. That's one of my favorite, what's the name songs?
Really?
Yeah. Who's that? Why am I blanking out?
Elton John.
Yeah, Elton John. I have an ex as her favorite Elton John song.
I like Elton John, man.
Shout out to Alicia. Hey, how you doing? Anyway, on the UFC, I watched no UFC, so you guys don't have to.
I did not watch either. I was watching boxing. So
I caught the highlights. I just saw some of the highlights this morning, but the main thing that happened was Derek Lewis knocked the guy out with a flying knee.
Did he?
Yeah, he knocked the guy out, and then he proceeded to do what Derek Lewis does best: entertain. The man literally pulled his shorts down and did the DX chop and was swinging his underwear around the damn cage. He won. My man Alex Perez. He won a split decision, and Dustin Poirier took the head kick of head kicks. And this is the second to third head kick in Utah where a guy got kicked in the head and knocked out.
So he lost to Gaethje, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he is now the new BMF,
which is basically I can't win the title, so give me something to fight for.
That's the equivalent to the FTW championship. That's what it reminds me of. The FTW.
It's a ribbon that they just showed up just to show up.
Yeah, I believe all of the winners of the BMF or everybody who fought for that are like 0-7 in title fights.
Yep. So they just made up a belt.
So they was like, all right, you're good enough to fight for a title, but we know you're never gonna win one. So
I personally, I like the belt design, though. Man.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I like the belt design.
And it's a good idea.
A dumbass belt. I mean, really.
To keep the fans engaged, and hopefully, the fights live up to the name where it's gonna be slugging and knockouts. That's what they really care about.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna see Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in the BMF.
No, but I think
it's gonna be.
I think the fight everybody's wanting
throwing
to see.
hands and kicks.
Yeah, but I guess it depending on what's going to happen with this Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler fight. I'm assuming that if Conor wins, which they're praying for a miracle, what's going to end up happening? I bet you they're going to put him engaging in that cage.
Well, I did see on his Twitter or X app or whatever you want to call Twitter now.
Something.
Sorry, I was looking at the light, and that shit bright as hell. I got blinded when I looked away. I tried to look down and look at y'all, and I'm like, damn, I can't see nothing. He was calling out Justin Gaethje. He made like a little slick comment on Twitter, X, whatever the app is called. I don't know. But then Michael Chandler got at him at Conor McGregor and basically was like, "Yeah, don't run from it." we still got.
Well, his fight is in question right now.
Okay.
Because he didn't apply for the
that's what it was.
USADA thing,
and that's what Michael Chandler. That's what Michael Chandler said. He said, "Well, go take a piss test, and then we can talk about it."
Yeah, they think he's gonna piss hot.
Yeah,
and it's crazy because they were supposed to fight in October, but he didn't qualify for USADA's demand, so he even had to wait until 2024 for this fight to happen, which is pissing everybody off right now. And he's saying, "Oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen," but who knows at this point? But I'm telling you now, if Conor beats Michael Chandler, which I think is going to happen, I mean, they're going to put Conor Gaethje in there. They've been trying to get them two to fight for years, but Conor has been the one saying no. Now he's in a point where he needs to be in there with a guy like Gaethje that's going to make the fight interesting. Because if you put him in there with another wrestler, it's not going to be good.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really got much else for UFC. It was more boxing for me yesterday than it was UFC. So.
I mean, if you're a fan of combat sports, it was a good night, regardless.
Yeah, and I don't want to get socio-political, but I will leave it with this. A lot of grape soda, watermelon.
I think I know where you're going with this.
I was watching boxing. A lot of raisins in the raisins in the
Don't say it. No.
In the potato salad. I was watching UFC, and I'll leave it at that.
Okay, yes. That is
the thoughts and ideas and beliefs of members of the Watchers podcast do not reflect the podcast as a whole.
And I can only go based off of what I've seen. Yeah, and I'm looking at the people on my friends list, and I can see the people who were talking about boxing versus the people that were watching about UFC. And I'll leave it at that.
And that's a fair argument to really make, like I said, but we're not going to get into all of that. But it is a valid argument that you're making there.
Yeah. So it's not really an argument. It's just an observation.
No. I mean, it's a real thing.
I might be on this. I'm working on my PhD right now. But what we got next?
Man, still on sports. Thoughts and prayers for Bronny.
Oh, yeah.
LeBron's son suffered a cardiac situation.
Yes. And I'm not even going to say what I want to say on this, but there is a topic that I would like to talk about off camera, and I want other people to also think about it. But there's something about heart conditions right now, especially with young people, and recent, world events.
I didn't want to get into it,
and I'm afraid, again, I don't want to bring it up here and say it on camera.
All right.
But I just want the people to think about it, and I just hope I'm not the only one that
All right.
I definitely
it's making me things that make you go
we in the same boat. We're in the same boat.
Right.
I wasn't going to say it, but I know what you're saying, and I'm saying it.
And there's another athlete, 18 years old, Colombia maybe. She's playing for the national team of, I want to say Colombia. I may be getting the country wrong, but she fell out in practice, grabbing her chest.
Saw that too.
Yeah.
And again, it's things that make you go, I see a commercial when I go on Hulu and TV with Kareem talking about afibrillation. You ever seen that commercial?
Yeah.
I see it all the time.
And I'm like, I wonder when did this start for you?
And this wasn't an overnight thing though, but
I just don't know. He don't say like he was saying like how he was going to the airport one day and it was hard for him to breathe, blah 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 blah, and he ended up becoming diagnosed with AFib, what they call it. And I'm like, I just want to know.
Definitely,
I just want to
within the
ask
last 3 years phenomenon.
because this commercial just popped up, right?
and now this happened.
Things that really make you go.
And so, yeah, I just want to leave people with that. I'm not stating anything. I'm not making any claims. It's just something that popped into my head, and I'm just, again, it's something to think about, ponder about. I have no way of proving it, me personally.
I'm pretty sure you got some people out there that feeling the same way.
Yeah. If I see a commercial 10 or 15 years from now talking about if you were a loved one.
Yo, you already know that's coming. That's coming.
Something.
I tell people that is coming.
So
that's coming. But we'll have that conversation off air.
Yeah.
We ain't trying to get canceled. Not yet.
So I'll leave it at that. And thoughts and prayers to Bronny.
Yeah.
He was out of the hospital in like a day or two.
Playing the piano.
Moving out and about. I think that may affect his draft. I don't think he was ever going to get like a top 10 draft pick, but I think that will affect his draft
eligibility. His stock rather.
Yeah.
He went from a high pick to.
I probably would have saw him like late first round maybe, but
his dad's still gonna make sure he gets in there.
Exactly. That's why I can't put him. I can't put him second round for sure. But like maybe like 20. I can see him going 20.
Daddy gonna get him still in there.
Yeah.
Really know how that's going.
Because whoever gets him, you kind of de facto get LeBron too.
Yeah. Package. It's like we were really trying to draft LeBron. We really just did it for LeBron.
Could y'all see LeBron playing for the Oklahoma City Thunder if Bronny goes there? It would be fun to see though.
I just want him to leave.
Yeah, we got about two more seasons of LeBron. Yeah. We got this season and next season. And we about good and gone with that story.
Yep.
I watched House Party, the remake. Terrible movie.
Oh my!
I didn't watch it.
It was bad.
Terrible movie.
Oh, I didn't like it at all. Man.
LeBron produced it.
That's why.
Yeah, it took place at his house. Terrible.
It was bad. Man.
Terrible movie.
And see, when I watched the previews, I was like, oh, I might be able to get on.
No, it was bad. Man.
There was a Kid Cudi was in the movie.
They said a lot of people were in it.
That was probably the best part of the movie was Kid Cudi. But other than that, it was a bad.
I didn't like it. Man. I fell asleep on it.
Did either one of you watch Space Jam with LeBron?
I did too.
Yeah.
Bad movie.
I didn't like it.
So we got a common denominator here.
Yeah, and I get it. You want to expand. Some acting lessons are needed.
You're not,
but it's also well, at least Space Jam was a lot of LeBron. This movie is not a lot of LeBron. It's the other character. Yeah. It just happened to take place at his house, right? So I can't really put it on LeBron. It was the writing.
Right? It was bad, man. Let's
the writing.
Let's call it what it is, man. It was bad.
It was the writing.
It's back on you, LeBron.
Sure. Yeah.
You produced.
You had a hand in the script, so. Or he had a hand in it. So.
And by the way, while we're on the subject, did anybody watch the remake of White Man Can't Jump?
I did. I did. I liked it.
Okay.
I liked it.
It was okay.
I got my boy Jack Harlow in there.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it as much as the other two movies I just talked about.
I still want to check that out.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
It was pretty decent. Check it out.
Yeah, especially for a Hulu movie, and you just turn it on one day. It's raining. Put it on.
Isn't that ironic? LeBron wasn't involved in that movie at all, and it was decent.
I get it.
I'm just saying.
That one that he got on Peacock wasn't good either, though. The bio thing of him.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
Who, LeBron?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Didn't he already have one years ago?
Yeah, he had More Than the Game, then he's got another More Than the Game.
Now, the only thing I'll give LeBron for More Than the Game, he gave us that joint Forever. That's my shit.
Yeah.
That's my joint. Drake killed that. Had a better verse than M. Anyway,
are we on
what happened?
We on
I said, yeah, Forever. I said that first that soundtrack for his movie more than the game.
Okay.
Davis Forever, where Drake had a better verse than Eminem. But
sure.
Anyway, best verse in there. It's crazy.
Okay.
But last name ever, first name greatest.
I'm not even going to get into this
still on sports.
99 arguments over that.
Nah, we're on sports. We're on sports. Let's talk some football.
Okay.
Let's not talk about the football that you guys want to talk about yet. I'm not ready to talk about that yet.
You talking about football?
Football. No, not football.
Football.
This women's
football.
That what you talking about?
No. Just talk about training camp.
You talking about Americano football?
Yeah, football Americano.
Okay, because it's the women's
World Cup
happening right now. I'm glad it's out in the open now, and I ain't got to do shit. And I said it that episode. I got the women's national. Oh, sorry, I said women's national. World Cup was going down Australia.
Australia versus who?
No, that's where they. That's where
it's in Australia. Okay. I didn't watch any.
I watched a couple matches. They all right. The women get busy. Women get busy, man. And women's USA's women's basketball team, soccer team be doing better than the men's.
Is Germany in there?
Germany's in there.
I would root for Germany.
Yeah,
that's my birthday.
Dennis Rodman's daughter is actually pretty good though.
Who?
Dennis Rodman's daughter.
Oh, okay.
I did see her.
She's not that bad.
I did see her.
She actually can play though.
Yeah, I was root for the homeland, Deutschland. That's where I was born, folks. Germany.
Okay.
I'm an American citizen, but I was born in Germany.
You still speak German?
I never did.
Oh, you don't?
I never did speak German.
Oh, okay.
I know hamburger and Guten Tag.
I just know one word.
Farfanugan and Frankfurt.
I just know Bunteschen.
Oh, what does that mean?
I guess you're welcome.
Okay, Bunteschen.
I think that's what it means.
Oh, shit.
Dankeschön.
Dankeschön.
Is thank you.
Thank you.
Dankeschön.
Dankeschön is thank you. Bunteschen.
But I started learning like talking foreign from like switching the DVD subtitles on stuff.
You said it from porn?
No. Yeah.
That's what it sounded like he said.
No, I said
he said switching DVDs.
No. I've seen some good German porn. But I learned like talking a different language by switching the audio on a DVD thing. So.
Okay. All right. Well, sorry. American football. Training camp's underway.
Yes.
And where are we going to enlighten us?
We're not talking about Joe Burrow right now.
Oh, y'all
you don't want to talk about Joe Burrow?
Start with Joe.
You can
start.
We're going to talk about.
I
actually want to talk about recently though. Jonathan Taylor versus the Colts. Was it the owner, the coach? They out there getting wild.
Yeah, the running backs is just getting fed up.
Jonathan Taylor requested to be traded. And what was that? The owner or the coach that had something to say about?
Oh yeah, Ursi, the drunk.
He said if something, we weren't here tomorrow, the league will go on,
and he would too.
He pretty much told him. He said I would. I said if I weren't here tomorrow, you weren't here tomorrow, the league would go on. As it was, and he pretty much told him, "Bitch, no." That's how I kind of took it. He was like, "Give a damn."
Okay. I also heard he said something to him along the lines of like, no organization treats their players better than the Colts, something like that. He was trying to tell him.
He said something.
But I feel like Jonathan Taylor been producing.
Yeah,
he been producing.
He said that we're not trading him. Yeah, it was a big spout apparently.
He messed around, sit out.
Crazy. Yeah,
but again, this is just basically saying that these running backs is tired of getting the short end of the stick and getting paid. That's what this is all stemming down to now. So.
See, it's
a 50-50 on it.
Yeah,
really.
Because the way football is now, and to what Cap said one day, certain teams don't need to invest heavy into a running back. Partly the 49ers. We had a damn running back. We had a new running back like 3 new running backs in 4 years. But our wide receiver is also our running back too. So we didn't have to go heavy on, paying a lot of money to our running backs when we had a wide receiver that could help fill that. And so the way the game is today, at one point in time, especially like the 90s, running backs was glamorous. 90s, early 2000s, you wanted to be a running back. You wanted to be Clinton Portis, Edgerrin James, my boy from the Dolphins.
Dreads.
Yeah, Ricky Williams.
Yeah,
Marshawn Lynch.
You wanted to be those guys.
Emmett Smith.
Sanders.
It used to be like right next to the quarterback, literally and figuratively.
And they could be a face of your team.
Mm-hmm.
But today, the way, almost like basketball, I can't get mad at the teams going for the people that shoot threes versus going at the centers.
A big man.
Right? And so the centers aren't getting paid what they used to get paid unless you Jokic and Embiid.
Well, unless you can shoot the ball.
Well, what can Jokic and Embiid do? They can shoot the 3. They can act like guards. And so if you're a traditional big man or you're a traditional running back, if you're not giving me what Debo Samuels give me, I'll get another one and we'll figure it out then.
Right.
And it sucks, but that's the way the world is, between AI replacing people like we were talking about versus the way the world changes in sports or whatever part of life. Things evolve. They become a different way of attacking it. And right now that West Coast style offense is popular. Everybody want to throw that ball deep. They want to get fast. They want to get mobile quarterbacks that can throw, and they want to get receivers that can catch it. They want to get tight ends. Tight ends that could get busy.
And they're doing a lot more than the running back now.
Right, so. Exactly.
Crazy.
It's weird seeing this now, though.
But the running back's going to have to give me more. The running back's going to have to be damn near a receiver, too.
Yeah,
if you want to get paid, you better learn how to catch that ball about 15 yards or more, too.
Yep, and keep it going. Is it me, or do y'all think the running back position is probably going to be like obsolete altogether?
Look at the fullback. Is there a fullback in football?
I'm about to say. Last fullback that I really remember.
We had one.
Johnston and Cowboys.
Oh, right.
They used to have Moose Johnston.
We got Kyle Juszczyk. Everybody called him Juice.
Mm-hmm.
But he get a couple runs here and there, but he ain't.
He ain't a guy.
Right. So,
interesting there.
Man, the last fullback. Who was that big fullback?
Was it All-Star?
What's the All-Star?
All-Star. That dude was
over the Jets. And then where was he at?
I'm thinking about Buccaneers. Yeah.
He was at the Jets, too.
I mean, he had, like, the fullback gear, man. Dude had a
pad. He had the whole horse collar.
I was like, damn, I'm an Eagles fan. I was like, he going to run the whole damn team over. But I don't know.
Hold on, let me double check. I felt like All-Star played for the Jets. Yeah, he did. No,
he played for the Bucks.
I know he played for the Bucks. Oh, damn, I felt like he was at the Jets at one point. No, it was the Bucks.
He retired the Bucks.
Yeah, it was the Bucks. It was the Bucks.
Nah, he left early.
I thought he played with the Jets.
Ironic because of his neck, if I'm not mistaken.
Even though he had that big-ass neck.
Yeah, that big neck, and he ended up going out because he had neck problems. But
yeah. Anyway. I mean, I think you'll always need a decent running back because that's what opens up your passing game. But, yeah, it's not what it used to be. Like, nobody outside of maybe the Titans were feeding a running back consistently.
Right.
But, yeah, that's crazy. But, hey, thoughts and prayers to Jonathan Taylor and his contract situation. Or maybe new team.
Speaking of that, man, Joe Burrows did dodge.
I'm not even talking about that.
He dodged the
bullet. I want to go to Travis Kelce before I get to Joe. I'm going to Joe last because that's but I'm gonna go to Travis Kelce. So I'm gonna go to Travis Kelce because I got more to say about the Joe Burrow situation than just the
Kelce turned practice into a Lil Jon concert. Man, he was throwing.
I don't even know what he was mad about though, man. He punched the dude.
The dude didn't really tackle him. Yeah, nothing. It was just like a
he wrapped him up. He caught the touchdown. The dude wrapped him up. Didn't tackle him.
It's probably hot. You know how annoyed you get when it's hot. And then you're like, yo, why are you so close to me? And then you touch? It's hot.
And then you know it's done when you punch somebody with a helmet on. Like he punched his helmet.
He mad. He big mad.
I mean, but I always thought Travis Kelce was a bitch. So yeah.
Well, it also because he's also against like winning a rival team. So
he's a sucker, man.
I get it.
Every time somebody say something, he think he got to tweet about it, man. He's a sucker. I don't even think he that nice.
I get it.
I hope Travis Kelce watching this.
He not.
Travis Kelce, you a bitch.
If he did, he can tweet you. But,
yeah, he'll tweet about me. That's all right. He's a bitch. So yeah, that's Kelce. So now on to, we talked about what's his name last week, right? Herbert. Did we talk about Herbert, or did he
Not
get his
really.
contract?
He did get a
He's now
contract.
the highest paid
quarterback
and player.
Yep. And so,
and I don't understand that.
I read an article saying that it was a wait for the other to get their contract first, so you can give it, so you can kind of get it, use it as a bargaining chip.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel with Jordan Burroughs making more than him?
Joe Burrow.
Sorry,
I don't think he's going to getting paid more.
They're gonna have to pay Burroughs. Man.
They are gonna pay him.
He is gonna get paid.
But at what point, is it a detriment to the team as well? So that I think Burroughs is a little bit more cognizant of that.
Yeah,
and he may be willing,
leave
to
money on the table.
Leave it. Yeah.
But they have to.
What I do feel like is some sucker that shouldn't be allowed is what Aaron Rodgers is doing, where he is deferring his payment, or like the way they restructured it, they only gonna pay him like $1 million this year, and all the money he's supposed to get gonna come in next year, so they can fill up a roster this year to try to win. And
I don't think he's gonna.
That is some sucker cheating. I don't want to call it cheating, but come on, man.
Yeah, try to load it up for this year.
Why didn't you think about that with
Green Bay?
Mm-hmm.
You was like, nah, let me get my money. All right, now I got my money. Let me try to win. If you would have won,
you would have had no problem.
Would be no problem about giving you your money.
Now it's a problem.
And now you're gonna try to
he all over the damn
LeBron this team together. And get these pieces that you need to win. If you don't win this year, my boy, hang it up.
I don't think it's going. I don't think
hang it up. And I like Aaron Rodgers, but I don't like.
He's a good quarterback, but he's in the murderer's row division right now.
I just don't like. I don't like manipulation of a sport, and that's part of my argument about LeBron. Like, make your team better. Stop switching teams and getting new players and trying to help you. Make your team better.
Yeah, the division's competitive, and I still think the Bills are the best team in that division, and Bengals. We ran through that whole division last year.
Like I said, he
beat all of them last year.
He in a bad division right now.
Yeah, well, we'll see who they end up with.
He's got to deal with Mahomes, Burrows. You got was it Josh? What's the quarterback for Buffalo? Was it Josh?
Josh Allen.
You got Allen. Who else is there? I mean, you don't even know what Cleveland's going to do.
Nothing.
I'm just saying. They do got Watson. I mean,
they in the division with us, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying, just in general. I mean, he's got a murderer's row that whole year, man. But
I mean, just being in the AFC, is nasty.
I don't really see Aaron Rodgers doing too.
We'll see. But
if they do, it will shock the shit out of me. But I just don't personally see it.
So yeah.
But going back to Herbert. A lot of people were saying they were playing chicken, him and Joe Burrow.
Yep.
I don't, because Joe's already made like I watch everything Bengals related, everything. He's already made comments to the effect that when he's been asked questions about possibly being the highest paid and all that, he's already said getting paid is well and good, but what good is it if you can't keep? He said it. He said, "What good is it if you can't keep pieces and good players around you?" Mm-hmm. So he gets it. I definitely feel like he's going to go the Tom Brady route. Mm-hmm. Leave some money on the table because
he's changed that entire team in less than 2 years.
Yeah, but he's got to remember how he changed the team too. Like we got some players coming up that also are going to need contracts, and I tell people, do you want to make money or do you want to win? What's more important to you? Right. And if you win, I tell people, if you win, the money's going to come. You win Super Bowls, you start becoming a face, you're going to get advertisement and sponsor money that's going to be way bigger than your contract money.
Yeah, I think he's going to get some big deals out of this.
I know he's going to get a big deal. He
should at least get like a mink coat deal.
Yeah.
I don't know who make mink coats or what company.
I won't find out whoever.
But whoever make them,
put him in a Burlington ad.
Just give him a burrow red or what's the orange
chinchilla. Yeah, he gonna do his thing.
But from what I could tell of him and how he moves with the team, I don't see him trying to get a max deal. I see him definitely getting paid. I think the way we're going to work around it is going to be a long deal. Like he's going to end up signing a big long contract similar to Patrick Mahomes. He's already said he wants to spend his career in Cincinnati. That's his goal.
Well, it's clearly his team right now. So
that's what he wants to do. So
and I'm glad, and I'm glad that it's a different quarterback and it's not going to a traditional team. It's a team that was struggling for some years, and now you finally got.
I mean, that's what you get.
Right guy.
When you suck, you get the top pick, and we sucked.
I'm just looking at Burrows overall. I mean, he came in his first year in the league, and damn near and got him there. And then he tore his ACL, right?
No, that was the second.
The second year he tore his ACL.
First year he got hurt.
Then his third year he came back from a torn ACL and took the team to the Super Bowl. Right?
But in the same note, I'm just glad he is who he is. Because I tell people all the time, you could get that number one draft. I said we'd all seen Tim Couch, we'd all seen Ryan Leaf, we'd seen plenty of studs come in and end up being duds in the league. So I'm just glad he is who he is, and who he's portrayed to be in his college career, as good as he is and getting better. But I don't think he's gonna get a max deal. I think he's gonna get a heavy deal. And then they even talked to him before the injury about his contract, and he says it'll get done when it gets done. So,
what injury are you referring to?
Yeah, oh man.
Yeah,
so Thursday,
you dodged the bullet.
Thursday, in training camp, Joe Burrow had a non-contact injury. They're saying it's a calf strain, which I'm happy about because it could have been much worse. Glad it's not an ACL, MCL, nothing like that.
I thought he blew his Achilles though.
And that's usually the way it looked. But even during that practice, I noticed he already had on a sleeve. Mm-hmm. So I think his calf has been bothering him. It might have been something that's already been bothering him.
Right.
Because the day before he wasn't wearing a calf sleeve. And then that particular day, he was wearing a calf sleeve. So it might have been something that was already starting to bother him. We're still waiting to hear what degree of his first degree, second degree to third degree. That determines how long he'll be out. But
I wouldn't play him.
If all goes well, he should be back in time for week 1. Zach Taylor's already said he's going to be out for several weeks, so pretty much saying he's going to be out for the rest of training camp, and he's going to be out for preseason, which I'm fine with. I'm like,
people
when you're a vet,
people get hurt.
Yeah, I said when you're a vet, I said, do you really need to be out there? I said, do you really need to be out there? I said, that's really for the rookies and the new players that are coming into the new system, but. Because was it years ago? What's the name? I forget it. Was it the guy from the Saints? I forget which team, but he wouldn't play his starters in preseason games at all. And I forget which coach it was, but he was adamant none of his starters play in preseason games. They'll take their first snaps in week 1. So
why would you want to do that? That's going to be interesting.
I mean, I'm all right with it. So he's probably going to sit out.
Okay.
But they said the day he got hurt, they said he was there like the rest of the day. He didn't leave till 7 o'clock that night. He was there for the meetings and all that.
Good news.
Said he was in the next day. He's there. So he's getting his physical therapy and getting treatment. So I mean,
getting the massage.
If Patrick Mahomes can have
no Deshaun Watson.
No.
A high ankle sprain, Patrick Mahomes high ankle sprain, and still play playoff games like nothing happened. Fake injuries. I don't see why Burrow can't make his way. And we'll be ready week 1.
Okay,
we'll be ready.
All right.
I feel like a lot of people are pulling for us to not be who we are because we're going to be a problem.
It's going to be a wild season.
We're a better team than we were last year. we got better, at least pieces wise. So we're gonna be a problem, and we should be Super Bowl favorites in a lot of people's pools. So you heard it here first. But yeah,
gotcha.
Joe gonna be Joe. We got it. We good.
All right.
Good. I think that's all we got for football.
Yep.
Anything else in sports?
Anything happen with the Eagles?
Nah, not yet.
Oh man, yeah,
Kelly Green.
Your boy.
Which one?
Your boy talking crazy on y'all. Said your fans were the most obnoxious fans.
Good.
What's his name?
That's Philly in general.
CJ, was it CJ Gardner?
Yeah, he's just mad because his agent fumbled the bag for him. So good luck in Detroit, brother.
He is not messing with y'all no more.
Nah, thoughts and prayers. He did it to his damn self. He had a deal and he didn't take it. So go on to Detroit, man.
Yeah.
Bye, Felicia. Bye.
Anything else with sports?
Oh, Jaylen Brown got paid.
Oh yeah, he did.
Ooh.
He did.
And he got paid.
Jason Tatum over here like.
He got paid. Is he worth the 300 and?
So my knock on him, and I like Jaylen Brown. He has to develop his offhand. That left hand is his weakness, and everybody knows it. And for you to be the top player, to me, you got to be a complete package.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, there's going to be a higher player next year. That's off season. There's going to be a higher paid next player off that past boss. I give them 2 years. If they do not produce in 2 years,
they're gonna blow it up.
One of them's getting traded.
But but how do you? I don't know how I feel about him being higher paid than Tatum.
That's just. But Tatum is going to, when his contract come around, Tatum's going to get a bigger contract.
That's like being on the Bulls and Scotty's making more than Mike.
I get it. It's just it's a timing thing.
Yeah, just how they're.
But also with the way their CBA agreements coming into play, this may be smart for them to take care of it now.
Yeah.
As opposed to worrying about it when those rules come in, because there's a lot of stipulations.
They're gonna change.
Not this next season, but the following season. Just like certain rules that you can't do this, you can't do that, and only cap numbers and stuff like that. But this may very well just been something that they tried to look long term about. Mm-hmm. Are we going to keep these two? If signs pointed toward yes, then let's take care of this now so we don't have to worry about it, because our window is really like the next probably like 3-4 years.
That luxury tax is going to be
right
biblical.
Right. And so it's not going to be that's partly why the Suns went for Bradley Beal, because they'll be grandfathered in with Bradley Beal. They wouldn't have been able to do that deal 2 years or next season. So it was something they was like, hey, it's going to make sense to do it now and let us, get something.
Yeah, they're going to, this new thing, if I'm reading how it's looking, and it's going to be.
Yeah, it's not, it's trying to stop
these players from jumping from
those
team
power
to team,
teams.
From jumping from team to team.
Right.
And it's crazy because it's the power teams that signed off on all this.
Just in time for LeBron to retire.
Right.
Retire. They say,
And then they're going to start letting kids come back in from high school.
Right. LeBron looking, he's like, man, I might want to jump 2 more times before I leave out this bitch.
It's a conspiracy, damn it.
Just in time for his retirement.
The way how it's looking, that's exactly what's going to go down now. So.
Yeah. We'll see how it turns out, but I would say if they don't get it done in the next 2 years, Jaylen Brown, and it's going to be hard to move that money.
They're having a problem moving Dame down because of this money.
But again, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, his contract coming up next year. Am I expecting him to make what he make? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm expecting him to get paid what Jaylen Brown got paid.
He gonna get his bag too, man.
If not more.
And you see they talking about fining Dame Lillard if he keeps talking about only wanting to go to the Heat.
Yeah.
Well, he kind of messed himself up right there just by even saying that. Period. But it is what it is. If I'm him, I mean, the team gonna sit him wherever they want.
Well, somebody said. Somebody said, "What's the punishment? Them finding him or him making him stay in That's the real punishment.
Yeah. And speaking of contracts, I just want to give a shout out to Kylian Mbappe, who could have made about $700 million in 1 year.
Did he take the deal?
He declined it. So thoughts and prayers to him.
Oh, no, ain't no thoughts of prayers.
But
what he thought he had a bigger market somewhere else?
No, it was playing in Saudi Arabia.
So it's moral thing.
It was a 1 year thing, a 1 year deal that was going to be worth up to like $700 million for 1 year.
Shit.
And some Saudi team.
And he said, "Keep your blood money."
And he was. Yeah, no.
I respect that.
So
it's a lot of money, but
it is a lot of.
I respect that. You said you're not that strong. I said my boy about that.
I'd have wore the whole get up. Y'all have seen me crazy.
That amount of money for 1 year, man.
It's like those guns. I ain't mad at him.
Yeah. God bless him. But sorry, I won't say that. No. But good.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers. So, what else we got other than sports today? So, we had an hour. So what else we got?
So we got any more? So we got the women's.
No. What else we got? Let's get out of sports. We got anything outside of sports?
We got sports entertainment.
It was only sports on the list.
Sports entertainment.
Damn, that's all we had today.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing happening.
Nothing I can think of.
What Barbie numbers looking like?
It was number one again.
I was gonna go to sports entertainment. You go to the movies? I was gonna hit some AEW real quick.
All right, yeah.
We can start there.
Let's briefly. We'll end on wrestling.
Okay.
Anything movies wise?
Delays. Mostly.
What got delayed?
Everything. Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse did get delayed.
They didn't
see that.
They didn't even say a release.
Indefinitely. Yep.
But is it done?
No. So they had started working on it, but the one guy who was like an animator or something like that said there's a lot that left that needs to be done.
Yeah.
And Haley Steinfeld hasn't done her lines for the next movie yet.
And since they're on strike right now, they can't do anything. So it's basically like the animators are just working on a project, but they can't have the actors on the set filming it. So they're looking at possibly 2025 or 2026. Everything that's supposed to be 2024 is looking like 2025, 2026 now.
Ooh.
So everything's getting delayed.
And I know everybody's going to be ready for it, but the pan is so hot right now to turn around and have the next part ready in March.
I'm sure. No, it's not happening.
They're aware of it.
I know that's the original.
Yeah,
it was moving.
The writer's strike.
March.
Hopefully, we can still get it next year. I'm okay with holiday next year.
Yeah, I want it next year. I said the pan's just so hot right now.
I'm okay with holiday next year.
It's
October.
Hot. It's hot right now.
October next year.
Yeah,
I can live with that. But we gotta see. We gotta see once the strikes and stuff.
We start talking about 25s and 26s.
I mean, we had a period between 1 and 2.
That I did not like how long that was.
I know.
So that was a sentiment of a lot of people.
I start getting.
It was a delay of that. So,
but this one,
impatient.
Yeah, I get it.
As long as Godzilla's still coming.
Everything that's done.
Yeah,
that's done.
Which Godzilla are we talking about?
You're getting two of them.
The Japanese?
Well, it's two
Japanese
of them.
and Godzilla Kong too.
Okay.
You got the. But what ended up happening? They did a nice little thing. The Japanese folks said, well, they're going to release it over here in December the 1st. And so it wouldn't interfere with the May release that they had going on. So they're basically looking at it. They're trying to expand, make more money off of this character because that Kong wouldn't have made a hell of a lot of money during this pandemic. So it is what it is at this point. So I'm excited to see it. You see two Godzilla movies in a calendar year. Almost, 4 months apart, I think.
Yeah, I'm with it.
So I got no problem with that.
I don't know why they just didn't finish the Spider-Verse when you did the last one. Just do it. You're already there doing it. Just finish. Just keep doing it.
Yeah,
keep
but
working.
You
keep working.
It'd be a matter of we not getting paid properly. This all led to this.
We already
the
in
strike
here.
that we
already in here
on,
drawing the stuff, man. Just keep drawing.
I get it.
You tell her, go back in there. Keep saying stuff, man. Go back in the studio.
Hell, we can do the voices.
Look, if I did it, it's gonna sound like one of them. What's that dude name? Ace Vane. It's gonna be an Ace Vane video.
Man, I'll be a great value Miles Morales, man. But
Barbie.
Yeah. Do anybody know the numbers?
Hold on.
Barbie still.
Can you look up the?
I know it was number one again this weekend.
Can you look up their? What is it? Total sales.
Yeah. All right. Hold on 1 second.
While he's doing that,
Let's see.
is there? Why am I feeling? Oh, Secret Invasion. Did you watch Secret Invasion?
Yes.
Disney?
I watched
No.
it this day.
No. No. Might as well have been the Marvels for you, right? I hated it. I don't want to say I hated it.
No, I didn't like it.
I haven't heard anybody saying they liked that. I heard a lot of people like how it started, but not a lot of people saying.
I don't even think I liked how it started.
I think the fourth episode was good, and then after that, it was just done.
And I think I'm on the same page. And there was one of them episodes I really liked, and then the rest of them were just, it wasn't nothing to it. It was just boring story.
Oh, wow.
And I don't even call it boring. It was nothing that, for one, when I saw that trailer and it first got announced, I'm thinking, bam, Winter Soldier. Or bam, a good spy thriller. Because how can you be the spy thriller when you don't know who you can trust, right? That's the whole thing about being a spy thriller, right?
My thing
this shit was just blah.
And my thing was Nick Fury was supposed to be the world's greatest super spy. That's the incarnation of that character. I felt let down that they didn't let Nick be the spy that he was. To me, he was just more like a scroll servant dude.
I mean, see, for me, it was more. A lot of the episodes was just talking shit to Nick Fury, saying you're too old, or we're mad because of this.
That was the problem I had with it, man.
It was not enough spy espionage thriller to me. If they would have made it strictly that, or not strictly that, but about 75% that. 25% story, like their motive, I'd have been okay. But this was just episodes dragging, like something like 3 episodes felt the same to me. It was just,
and then the finale
and you can't do this, Nick. And why are you here? It was just long, and even in parts that were supposed to hit didn't really hit. Like, just something happened in the first episode at the end, and I was like, okay, whatever. It's kind of
even when the girl.
See, I tried not to spoil it.
I'm just saying. I didn't necessarily say
he was going there.
I'm trying to talk a way around it. It was an event that happened that didn't really serve the purpose of what it should have been. I'll say that.
How many eyes did he have in this?
Who?
Nick Fury. How many eyes?
He's functional eyes?
Is he down in one eye, or
he got both? He got one.
Okay,
but he didn't have the patch on at all until
like episode 4 or some shit.
That's when he threw it on, and then it was just, to me. It was like that. Okay,
he didn't wear like shades or nothing.
Okay, real quick.
I think he was rocking it. You know, like letting it breathe.
All right, I got the Barbie totals there. All right, I got the Barbie totals. Box office Barbie scores a massive $93 million. That was again this weekend. It brought in $93 million. Oppenheimer was 40. Had another $46 million. So far, Barbie the tickets went up. They said. Sorry, I'm reading this as I'm going along.
He stopped my conversation.
I'm having a conversation with myself.
You weren't ready with the numbers.
You didn't came in.
No, I'm reading this.
So look. This is what I found. Some. This was from July 27th, so not exactly today. But as of that date, Barbie had reached 529 million worldwide.
That means people went and saw it more than one time.
Super Mario was in the lead at 1.3 $1.35 billion.
Well, and then now I'm reading here. It says Oppenheimer earned $174 million, and it's up to $400 million right now.
Fast X is number 3 for the year.
Really?
At $705 million. Who the fuck?
So more it was.
What the fuck? How are they that high?
I don't know.
That's some bullshit ass number.
Haunted Mansion bombed.
They paying for views. It ain't no way Fast X hit. So they number 3 after Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, wow. This is interesting.
Across the Spider-Verse number 4.
Oh, wow. I'm just reading this. And Haunted Mansion debuted in 3rd place. But they said it bombed. But,
$33 million.
But the critic score on it is very high on it right now.
They paid $150 million for that movie. They made 33.
Yeah, it's a bomb.
It's a Halloween-esque movie that came out in July.
Yeah, I thought it definitely should have came out
right around
between Barbie, Oppenheimer, and what else came out recently?
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible.
Summer blockbusters, and you gonna come with your Halloween movie.
That is weird though.
I thought it was going straight to Disney at first when I saw it.
Nah,
Should've.
I thought it was.
$150 million, by the way.
Then you got Meg 2 coming out next week, and then you got Ninja Turtles after that, and
so I don't know. That's on Disney. That's on Disney. It could be a good movie, and I'm probably will watch it one day when it comes on streaming. But will I go to the movie theaters to go see it?
Everybody's talking about this. Talk to me though. So
yeah, I might go see that.
I want to see this.
Oh, the hand movie.
Yeah, even though it's a scary movie, I watch it.
It's getting some. That's getting some interest. That vampire movie's getting some interest.
Oh, the Last Voyage of the Beaver. I'm definitely going for that one.
It's rated R.
Well,
it's rated R.
I know, but what's my thing? I love creatures.
Okay.
He don't like violence for the sake of violence.
I don't like the murderous violence.
Yeah,
creature violence.
Violence is a hunter prey.
Creature violence and fantasy warrior violence and ninja violence.
They're actually giving what's name good reviews too. The Seth Rogen Turtles movie.
Yeah, I'm
gonna go see it. I'm a Ninja Turtles fan.
Yeah, so. Me too.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan.
Me and Tavon talked about some things. We'll have to talk about that off air.
Yeah,
I have a turtle tattoo, so I'm all for it. So.
Yeah, let's transition to wrestling and get up out of here. We're at 112.
Sinead O'Connor, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
R.I.P. to the one and only Sinead O'Connor. Passed away. I'm not sure what day.
It was during the week.
Yeah, sometime
late. I feel like it was late during the week.
Yeah,
like Thursday maybe.
She was a real one too.
Very.
Yeah, had some.
Very dynamic person.
Right.
Very deep person. Made great music.
And kept it real.
Did a lot of things outside of music. Used her music to do other
things. Stuck up for others.
Yeah, she definitely was a big activist in a lot of different arenas.
Yep.
I think she was dealing with
her son.
Her son died of suicide a few years ago.
Why did I know that? She was in her 50s, right? Am I not mistaken?
56.
She was 50. Yeah.
And I don't think they didn't give a cause of death, but just from reading.
I'm waiting for that, honestly.
Yeah, just from reading what people were saying, like you know how people word things a certain way. They're like, "Oh, you're at peace now," and all that. Like certain ways that people word it, it could be a possible suicide.
Okay.
But it was her son passed away of suicide.
And she never got over it.
And I think that really.
I did not know that.
Really never recovered from that. I didn't know she had become Muslim. Had changed her name. I do not know how to say her Muslim name, so not even gonna try.
Sinead O'Connor for her
stage. Yeah. Yeah, she was wearing the
hijab.
Yeah, everything.
Okay.
But yeah, it's an unfortunate loss.
She stuck up for hip hop a lot too, though, man. I was doing some reading on her. I was like, oh wow, I totally forgot that she put the public anything.
Yeah, she had it
because
cut into her head. Yep.
Yeah, because they hip hop had got boycotted out of the Oscars. I mean, not the Oscars, but the Grammys or something other like that.
Yeah.
And she said that was just like a BS move by the industry, and she wore that in support of a lot of rap artists. She was a real deep person, though, man. If you really read into her history, so again, it's a terrible loss for her fans, and thoughts and prayers to everybody.
One of Ireland's finest. It's like on that same level as when the lead singer from the Cranberries passed away. It was like the same. Yeah, I was like, it gave me the same feeling. I was like, they're both from Ireland. Not that it's the same because they're both from Ireland.
That song be bumping though.
It was it's like the same.
That's one of my favorite.
What, Zombie?
Raisins.
Yeah.
Nothing. Cranberries.
Look, yeah. So the Cranberries. Yeah. So it kind of felt the same vein to me.
Yeah.
So yeah. So R.I.P. Thoughts and prayers, well wishes, positive energies to her friends, fam, and fans. So now on to sports entertainment.
Yes.
And
let's end this off with
AEW.
wrestling.
Did anything happen in WWE? Worth talking
I
about?
did not watch.
I
this
didn't
week,
peep
so
it
I
out.
do not know.
SummerSlam's next week.
Oh, okay.
On Saturday.
Anybody still got Peacock?
I do.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Comcast cut me off, man.
Motherfuckers.
Nah,
They was giving it to me for free.
Yeah, you gotta pay for it now.
But now you got to pay for it. And if you didn't re-sign up, they just cut you off. So Peacock going under. Don't worry.
Yeah.
They about to get somebody going to get
and I was just and
bring them a part of their package.
It is crazy. I was just watching Twisted Metal.
I hope it's Hulu. I hope it's Hulu.
I got that.
I hope Hulu get their ass or Disney. Go ahead and buy Peacock.
Right. But I was watching Twisted Metal on there this morning though.
Yeah.
I got 3 episodes.
How's that?
It's funny. I mean, I only watched the first 3 so far. It's 10. But it's like a slapstick comedy type thing.
Yeah.
It's got like some serious elements.
Are you enjoying it?
It's.
I'm
not. It's not bad. Some parts were funny. It's a weird show, man. We'll talk.
It don't sound confident.
It's weird.
I said, "Are you enjoying it?" And it was.
I laughed.
It's a yes or no question. Do you enjoy it?
I gotta give it 5 for me to really like.
Okay, yeah, it's struggling right now. That's what it sounds like.
That's what I said. It's just a weird. It's a weird.
It sounds like it ain't there, but I'm trying to give it a chance.
I want to watch the whole thing before
Disney by Peacock, baby.
It's got some good action in it, but it's. I'm trying to describe it. It's something like Zombie.
I got everything I need.
It's something like Zombie.
I got everything I need.
All right, there you go. But it's like Zombieland. But
okay. Again, I can tell you, I enjoyed watching Zombieland.
Zombieland was good.
Well,
I can say,
then
all right.
You'll like some of this.
Okay.
I mean, but Samoa Joe as Sweet Tooth had me in stitches.
Yeah.
But
all right.
we'll see.
Speaking of Samoa Joe, AEW.
Yeah, let's go on now. What we got in AEW, man?
Well,
perhaps the worst women's match that I've ever seen.
Who was that?
Oh God, it was Britt Baker and was it Ty Valkyrie?
Britt and Ty.
Their timing was terrible.
No, it wasn't worse than Ty versus Jade. Though that match was rough.
They said she quit.
No, I don't think she quit. I watched her on actually was watching her on Instagram Live earlier. She's over in Italy right now. She's out there with the family, her daughter and the husband. She seems real cool. Like she seems like a real genuine person, like in her real life. Like she was out with the family. She's real polite, real nice. Like it was like I didn't even plan on watching it as long as I did. I was like, oh, I'll look at Jade for a little bit and I'll get off. I actually watched it until she was done streaming and seems real cool. I don't think she quit though. That came from Meltzer. I don't believe shit.
If it came from him,
everybody talking about she's.
I can't stand that guy.
I feel like she's gonna get one of the biggest pops whenever she comes back. I said she asked for time off, which she deserved.
I just don't like Meltzer, man. I hate because he's ranking these guys matches and people are holding on to this 5-star rating. Man. Fuck that, man. If it's a good match, it's a good match. Who gives a shit what star it is, man?
I don't even know how he's able to write his columns as much as he's juggling.
And people really
the
take
Young
his
Bucks
word
balls in his hands.
and people take his word verbatim, man. I'm like, this dude is just a guy who's sitting in the basement like us, and they say, "Oh, that's a 5-star." Who gives a shit?
which led to the turmoil in AEW.
I know. I mean, y'all are really like jumping off the stuff and saying this word. What's Dave going to think about this? Like, who the fuck cares? What do you think?
But yeah, last night we got some action. Tag title match. MJF, Adam Cole,
baby,
versus FTR.
It's a good match, though.
It's a good match. FTR's match last week, though.
Oh yeah,
that was
FTR's match
versus Bullet Club. Gold, what was it? Best out of three falls.
Yeah,
that was match
tag team match of the year. I still think Omega, Ospreay's matches were up there.
Yeah.
So best tag team match for sure of the year.
Was good.
It was that match last week, and for the fact that it wasn't a pay-per-view at that. Best tag team match.
They went at it, man. But this one was good
this
too.
week. This was a good match. It was a good match. I totally am okay with FTR winning that match.
Yeah, I am too.
I was mad at one point, but part of me was like they could have won it and milked it. But now I'm thinking about it. I slept on it, and I was like, I kind of see where they're going to go with it.
I think we're going to get more story development between Adam Cole and MJF this way.
Yeah.
Because if they were the champions, they would just been about people trying to beat them and them going about become friends. And then one day we get to Shawn Michaels' betrayal, whatever. Yeah. But right now we're going to get more story than actual about championship.
That's something that AEW really needs to really start doing, though, because they're just putting car crash matches together now.
I think they're a little bit victims too, where people get injured or like they have to figure out what they're going to do with the other brother that the brother broke his foot. I can't remember his name.
You talking about Dante Martin.
Yeah, so they be trying to figure out what to do to him. So they be like, all right, well, we got AR Fox, we got Viking Go, y'all all fly, y'all just figure it out. We're gonna put y'all in a match with blah blah blah. And y'all figure it out.
AR Fox turned.
And AR Fox did turn heel, which I could live with that. I'm not really feeling Ricky Starks as a heel. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm liking. I feel like Punk's elevating him right now.
I think something's missing. It may come, but right now I'm not feeling the tension. I feel like it's fake. I'm waiting for
the big payoff.
Ricky got to give me a little bit more. Ricky, when he was a heel before with Hobbs, I believed it. Yeah. There's something about this one because he's been a face
so long.
The turn didn't feel legitimate.
It just happened. It really built up.
The turn didn't feel legitimate. It could have just been like, oh, I got you, ha ha ha.
They just did it and like,
yeah. It didn't feel legitimate to me. Even I like Jungle Boy. All right, I'll rock with Jungle Boy.
I like Jungle Boy's heel right now.
I like Jungle Boy.
He's coming out to the Beethoven joint.
So it's just something about Ricky that the switch didn't come through. So he has to now prove to me that he's a heel, and I'm not getting it yet. Outside of that, I'm liking.
But going back to the tag match, my issue with if they had won it, you're not going to get this play back and forth with MJF and Adam Cole, and I feel like we're going to get a week-to-week thing where it's like, is MJF going to turn like they did last night?
Right.
I wonder if they're
Adam
going to do
Cole
a double turn.
He turned around and was like, go ahead, hit me. And then you had MJF holding the belt. And he's like, I'm not going to, So they're going to play that. You're going to be able to.
I'm sorry.
It would be something if Adam Cole was the heel, though.
Adam Cole's going to be the one that's going to
end up being happening.
That's what I just thought
that would be something different.
That's going to be a real good one right there.
And then the problem's going, and I said, even if they won the title, the problem would have been they got the tag titles. That's going to take focus off of MJF having the world title. Then it's going to be secondary because everybody's going to be so engrossed with him and Adam Cole versus as tag team champions versus MJF is the and then I was like, it's not needed because you have enough tag teams where you don't have to keep doing makeshift tag teams winning the title. So my favorite part was Punk taking out that title.
Oh, he spray painted it
and letting them know what it was. Took it out the bag. Might as well.
He's spray painting with an X on it, right?
Might as well put an X on it. He said the X is his whole career. He said, my entire career has represented me. And he said it means I'm straight edge. And then I like the part where he said, since people have taken my catchphrase, because he used to say I'm straight edge, and that means I'm better than you. But now MJF says I'm better than you. So he said I'm straight edge. He said people are taking my catchphrase. And he said it means I'm the champ.
Okay.
I'm cool with it. Like I know people gonna be upset, but I said you gotta at some point acknowledge that there's a belt here. MJF has a belt. Even though we don't,
yes,
it's not gonna have that.
It's gonna happen. I think that's gonna be next after this Adam Cole MJF stuff unravels. And remember, we were kind of worried about where do we go now that now that CM Punk is back, and obviously he was holding the belt, right? And we were kind of thinking about, well, we can't go right back to MJF.
They're gonna build this up.
So now he's got
they lucked into this Adam Cole MJF story, so because that is going to be a good enough story. I could honestly let that story rock for a year plus. I could let them go on being a team together, and then let Adam Cole do that turn.
I think that's what's going to happen, man.
And that everybody started liking him. You keep thinking it's going to be MJF. You think MJF start playing along. I could let that rock.
Yeah.
I could let that rock for a better part of a year. Let that play out, then see what MJF do with his contract 2024, because we're 2023 now.
Yep.
All right, what you gonna do with your contract?
He's gonna
you're gonna have to go against this match. We're gonna have CM Punk call you out and see who the real champion is.
I think he's
CM Punk never lost a championship, so you gotta.
He said I've never been pinned.
And if he out, then
I think
CM Punk beats him. That's how I see it playing out.
I really think he's gonna bounce it.
And I feel like you got avenues too. And I say even if they don't play it that way, depending on, you might even have MJF end up, because remember he said he's going to give Adam Cole a title shot, so let them rock out to whatever they're doing. I
think before he goes though, he has to go against CM Punk.
I mean, I would say that too, but I would be surprised if they do.
CM Punk's championship is stuck in the cloud. You gotta.
I mean, yeah. But I said even they
even
do
if
got to come away.
Yeah.
Even if they have Adam Cole
win it, and then MJF
and then what's the name? And then CM Punk comes out. Hey, I mean, it's
I get it. Yeah.
I like having. I saw people were upset about the title coming out, and why is he bringing out the title? I said, y'all acting like this is the first time we've seen this storyline.
Right.
And then they were like, oh, well, was it going to be two titles like that? I said, no, they're eventually going to face each other to establish who's the real champion.
Right.
I said, we've seen the storyline. So I was like, I didn't understand why people were so mad about it. But I guess it's because it's Punk and people just want to be mad because it's Punk. But, yeah, I like it.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
That's my favorite wrestler. And I said, even if they turn heel, you get a whole FTR and CM Punk, because they're all, FTR's getting booed now. They're getting cheered, they're getting booed, depends on who they're against. And Punk's relishing. He's loving this whole mix. He comes out, he plays it up. He's like, yeah. I mean, ain't the first time he's been booed in his career. So he's like, people like, this ain't nothing brand new for him. So I'm enjoying it. I'm cool with it.
Okay.
That's what it is. Whenever they come back to Philly, I'll be there for whether it's Dynamite or
they go to Lear
Collision.
Center, right?
Yeah, they're going to Lear. Yeah, and I like that new Punk shirt too. I need that one.
Collision guy.
Yeah, it says I'm a collision guy on the back, and it's
best in the world.
Yeah, it's fire. It's fire.
Okay, I gotta get me a T-shirt. That LA Knight. LA Knight yellow looking alright.
I would get to tell me if I'm telling lies too, though. Yeah.
Okay.
And then on the back,
it says I'm a collision guy. Yeah, it's hard. Okay.
All right.
I want a Larry hoodie. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're at 1:30, so.
No, we're good.
Oh, good. All right. Well, anything else y'all want to go back to? Other than that, I'm Gucci.
Good. I'm good. We good. So, work week coming up. So.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. No.
Take us on out.
Take us out.
All right. Just want to thank everybody for joining us for episodio 43.
43.
the Watchers Podcast. WATCH, hard ER and a Z. I am your. Oh no, you know what?
Tavon.
Yeah.
I am Tavon.
He is Tavon.
Tri-State _tip on Instagram.
Smitty Green Giant on Instagram. All one word.
And I'm your host today, Tiger Helly 19 on the Snapchats, the IGZs, Facebook by way of the government, Jason Williams, follow the stripes, and I guess we're out. Peace.